As you're all very welcome along, we are here from the slightly unusual but the new commentary position here at Christie Park, also known as the Arctic Circle. It is feeling a little bit Arctic-y, I would say, not quite as cold as it's going to be later in the year, but this is the first game, certainly that I've had here, where it's after 5:30, the sun is down, and it is going to be a little bit cool, but it'll be very, very warm on the field, you would imagine. These two teams coming into it. It's Sydney United 58, still, of course, in first place on the ladder. Played 10, won 9, drawn 1, lost none. They're in fantastic form. A little bit of a stumble maybe in the last few weeks. A draw last week against St George City after their fantastic 1-0 win against Marconi on Easter Monday. Was it a case of after the Lord Mayor show, a brilliant crowd at home against Marconi, a great win, a terrific match, and then after that back down to earth against St George City. It was first against 11th, and it ended up being a 0-0 draw, surprise result. So the winning streak certainly is over, but the undefeated streak is not. And they are playing against the home side here, NWS Spirit. They're playing reasonably well at the moment, I would say. A draw last week, not their best performance, but they eked out a 1-1 draw away against the Western City Wanderers. 2 wins before that against Uni New South Wales, and a terrific win against St George FC, which I called. They were in total command of that game throughout. So we're getting ready to go here. Slight delay to kick off, but our match officials are out there now. Danny Horsted will be our match referee. He's going to be assisted by Alexis Turner on one side and Nicholas Farmer on the other. Ethan Zavargulis will be our fourth official. So we'll bring you the teams now just in a moment. Spirit first, and their coach Sergio Malfara. A couple of changes. Armstead is out injured, little tweak. He said to me when I spoke to him a little bit earlier on that Sam Armstead had a little tweak, so he will not start or be on the bench. He's got Chris Marks in goal. It's Mustafoy, Smith, Cornwell and Alawalia. At the back, Simon Nicholas, Kobayashi Takami, Thomas Mason, Shoki Yoshida and Costa Petrados. Petrados and Yoshida have been fantastic. 7 goals between them so far this year. They are in fine form. And then on the other side, and they will be playing from right to left, Sydney United. On their team is Adam Pavlicic in goal. They've got Bailey Rule and they've got their captain, Adrian Vlastelica, along with Michael Glasic and Koya Nakano. In midfield, it's going to be Dylan Rose, Takomi Wada, Carlos de Oliveira and Michael Krislovic. And up front, Mason Wells and Farah Coco. Now, just pausing for a moment, the officials here have just spotted a little issue with the nets, actually. And so Alexis Turner is just over there with a little bit of magic tape. And they're going to sort out a little issue with the nets there over that far side. It's Chris Marks, who is, as ever, resplendent in purple. And just down at his end, they are fixing things up there. So a slight pause in proceedings here before we get going. The players, as you can see, just stay warm. The wind has just got up just a little bit behind us. Regular viewers will know that, of course, this ground is known as the Arctic Circle. Not necessarily because of the temperatures, but more because of the wind. The wind whips in from behind us. We've got, I think it's Lane Cove National Park, perhaps, a national park of some description, directly behind us, and the wind whips in. And that makes for, certainly up in our gantry here, a little bit cold, but you can see the wind down on the field. Wind is going across the field, not particularly favouring either team. And away we go, and the ball is kicked off. This new style that we're seeing from a lot of teams with this kick-off, and it's Andre Takami who plays the ball down into the bottom corner there, where you can see the assembled ranks of the Sydney United Supporters Club are down there cheering their team on. They always travel in decent numbers. And so we've got a throw in to get us going out on that far side. You imagine that we'll have a little bit of this to get us rolling. Bailey Rule with the throw. And again, a little bit of head tennis and battling for possession in midfield. Petrados to get past the two number 10s there, battling each other. Alawalia flicks it forward. Glasic wins it well. Alawalia Glenn. Glasic again. Gets the ball clear. Still no one's able to get their foot in the ball now. Wada looking to play the ball forward over the top. But just a little bit too much on it there. It's Krislovic and Mason Wells who were up front for Sydney United in the 19 and 23 jerseys. Ball just wind just caught it a fraction. A slight weather update. Wind appears to be slightly in favour of Sydney United at the moment, as the captain, Grant Cornwell, looks to bring the ball out from the back. And he drops it down for Mustafoy. He's got Farah Coco there with him. Mason, I beg your pardon, takes the ball, steps back inside as Mason looks to turn, a little pirouette, keeps the ball in nicely, finds Alawalia down for Kobayashi to get the cross in early, cleared away well, and cleared further away now as far as Farah Coco. To turn inside, Alawalia closes him down really well. Early chance there. Riku Kobayashi down the right hand side, crossed the ball in nicely. But Adrian Vlastelica was there really well, cleared the ball away nicely. And now again, Thomas Mason down here below, battling it out with Coco and Cornwell, fighting against Krislovic. Krislovic wins it there. And the ball comes back for Brady Smith, and he plays it all the way back for Chris Marks. Marks steps inside Wada there. Wada pressuring again. Chris Marks stayed nice and calm, finds Smith. Smith looks to play to the far side, only finds Bailey Rule. But Rule, he has his pocket picked by Yoshida. Yoshida looking to find his compatriot, but can't quite find him. The ball is stolen well there and then given away. It's the three Japanese players combining, but not the way Sydney United would want. The ball given away. And now here comes Kobayashi again. He's got Mason outside him. And he checks back inside. Finds Yoshida. Yoshida again for Kobayashi. Back for Yoshida. And again for Mason. Lovely little one-touch stuff here. Triangles. Back for Takami. And Takami again finds Yoshida. Yoshida. Little pirouette around for Takami. Lots of red jerseys there. Forcing them back. Back for Cornwell, and Cornwell in turn. Back for Brady Smith. Just on halfway. Finds a short ball for Alawalia. And then a high press coming quickly from Krislovic. Forces the pass. Cornwell plays it inside. Petrados finds Kobayashi again. Very tight defending. Ball over the top. But Coco does well. Clears it. Finds one red jersey and then finds another. Wada. The two number 8s there battle against each other. The ball is coming our way. And it lands on the roof of the gantry. That's the closest we've been to the action so far. Is the camera okay? Yes, it is. Now Nakano will take this throw in directly below us. Nakano for Coco. Lovely turn from Coco. Gets away from Mason. And then a lovely little nutmeg there. Danny Horsted lets the ball roll. Really nicely out for Bailey Rule on that far side. Now ball is floated in. Krislovic leaves it. Shot comes in. Well, there was a call behind there. The ball was falling for Krislovic. The call came from Carlos de Oliveira. And Oliveira caught it first time. But just got under diffraction. And, about 4 minutes gone now in this first half. And that's the first real chance we've had. Carlos de Oliveira, very dangerous player. He's got the socks down around the ankles already. Going with this tiny shin pads fashion that we have at the moment. But ball is given away. And it's Mason Wells. He's picked the ball up there on the far side, Mason Wells. But the retreating defence came back really well there. Simon Nicholas tracking back quickly. Won the ball, but at the expense of a throw-in. And it comes now for Vlasic. And he finds his captain, Vlastelica. Returns the favour back for Vlasic. And again for Vlastelica. Down here for De Oliveira. He's come very deep, De Oliveira. And he finds Nakano back again for De Oliveira. Everybody behind the ball in a yellow jersey. The pressing high. Looking to force the mistake. Ball came in there for Mason Wells. Couldn't quite control it, Wells. And it slipped past him. And Simon Nicholas looks like he's going to just let the ball roll out there. And he does. So good start to this game. Both teams looking to play the ball to feet. Nice little interplay down in this bottom right-hand side from Spirit. And then a little bit more direct play from Sydney United. Now looking to play the ball out there. Almost miscontrolled. Mason Wells was lurking with intent. But, they're breaking away nicely now. And again, looking to combine the 7 and the 17 here. They found the ball for Mason. Mason cutting it back inside. He drops it back in for Alawalia. Alawalia has a little look, thinks about a shot. And then drops it back outside here for Kobayashi. Kobayashi with the cross. Blocked away by Nakano, just up into the air. And away for Takami. Takami short for Petrados. Petrados can't quite get there. And Pavlicic quickly off his line. Shielded nicely by Vlastelica. Out now for Vlasic. Vlasic for Bailey Rule. Bailey Rule back for Vlasic. And again now for Pavlicic. Down on this near side. Nakano, a little bit of space in front of him if he wants to move into it. Cautious approach for Sydney United 58. And the ball is played across now for Vlasic again. Short, looking to find Mason Wells. But, tackle comes in quickly. And they've won it back, but they've given the ball away almost immediately. And now Farah Coco calling for the ball in behind Cornwell. Ball goes over the top. Cornwell looks like he has it covered. He's going to shield this. He does indeed. He uses all his experience there. Captain of this side, Grant Cornwell. The speedy Farah Coco just outside him. Does well to let the ball just roll out of play there. He's been amongst the goals the last couple of games, Coco. 2 in the last 5. Using his pace, using his skill to great effect. And now down here for Mason. Mason takes a lovely touch and a beautiful flick inside. He's going to get the ball again here. Mason, Izzy well, Kobayashi tries to find him. Just ball gets caught just under his feet there. With Mason in a bit of space, and he's got it again, Mason. He takes the throw quickly for Takami. And back again for Mason. They go all the way back. I beg your pardon. For Brady Smith. And Smith, short for Petrados. Finds Cornwell. Lots of pressure here. De Oliveira pressing on Farakoko. But they've made some nice space here. And it's Kobayashi. He's got Takami outside him. Looks to find Takami. Just a little bit too much on the pass there. Gets it back again, does Kobayashi. And again, finds Cornwell. Looks up. Floats the ball in towards the penalty spot. A little touch there at the end from Mason Wells. A smart touch from Mason Wells because Mustafoy was hovering behind him. But Mason Wells did well. Got the ball away. And now Yoshida. Out for Mustafoy. And again for Alawalia. Recycling the ball now all the way across the field. Brady Smith. Comes forward now. Smith dinks it across to that far side. Lovely little cushion header for Mustafoy. Mustafoy looks to get the cross in. Mason Wells tracking back. Does really well there. Hoops the ball away. Finds Coco. Coco steps inside. Is he caught? He is indeed. A little bit of twinkle toes there from Farah Coco. Did very nicely. And big smile on the face of referee Danny Hornstead. He knows there was no malice there. But Grant Cornwell did clip the ankles. And free kick awarded. Now Classic again. Back for Pavlicic. And again for Classic. And for Pavlicic. And down here now for Nakano. Lovely touch. Kills the ball dead. Does Nakano. And Mason slips. And in now for Wada. Wada. Bailey Rule calling for the ball outside. Calling for an early Bailey Rule. Gets the ball, but a little bit later than he would have wanted there, Bailey Rule. He drops it back for Classic, who's pressed high. Petrados is there with Yoshida. And now again for Classic. Looking up, what options does he have? He's going to play it long. Crossfield again. Cornwell does really well to get there again, just in front of Farakoko. And now looks to play it inside. He's still going here, Grant Cornwell, the experienced campaigner. Inside, but 4 red jerseys there, all within touching distance. And heavy touch from Cornwell. He's got to get back into position now. But, he's been covered. Mason has dropped back really well there to cover his position. And now Cornwell working his way back. As Bailey Rule has the ball out on that far side. Plays it inside for Rose. Down now for Nakano. Nakano out for Farakoko. 2 in front of him, Coco. Checks back inside. Still going Coco. Digs the ball in. But, not quite a cross, not quite a shot there from Farakoko. Chris Marks positioned really nicely. Picked that up comfortably. And they'll play it out from the back here. Wada pressing high. Pressing quickly, Wada. As is Mason Wells. 2-3 now pressing high. Rose in there pressing as well. Rose again. He's fought for the ball there, Rose. Can't quite find a teammate in red. But good high press there from City United. They're not going to let Spirit play the ball out comfortably from the back, as they like to do. And they're now going to try and trap them down in this bottom corner, you would imagine. Rose is pushing on. He's encouraging Mason Wells to press on. Coco is across there. Krislovic and Wada. And the throw comes short for Petranos. They don't really want to play it long, but they've really got no choice. And one well in the air, but really good high press there from Sydney United 58. Didn't really let Spirit do anything. Forced them into the long ball. One in the air by Kobayashi, but nobody else forward. Down. Long ball forward. Mason Wells looking to get on the end of it. Can't quite get there. Weather update. The wind has picked up just a little bit now, and it is definitely at the backs of Sydney United 58, as you can see from that through ball there. Wind just caught it a little bit. And now Yoshida. Beautiful little touch back inside Yoshida, but only as far as a red jersey. And now they're coming again with Mason Wells. He's held up by Alawalia. Held up legally, says our match referee Danny Horsted. Battle for possession out in that far side is won eventually by City United 58, and they'll have the throw with Bailey Rule. And he finds Wada. Back for Rule. Back again now for Vlastelica, and again for Classic. He's got Rule outside him again. Can't quite find him. They've turned it over. A little bit of space here if they can reach the ball early. Well, Kobayashi had gone into space there, but Petrados just chose to hold it up. Drops it back inside for Takami. And well, it's the ball stolen there by Krislovic. Now he does well, Krislovic. Holds up the break, but doesn't quite get possession. And now Spirit looking to slow things down just a little bit here. Brady Smith holding the ball up in that kind of quarterback position. But they come again. Now, well, the ball is stolen. And here comes Bailey Rule. On the break here, Rule looking to find Coco. Just slightly behind him. And Cornwall is there. And he finds Takami. It's breadth of stuff here. No real stoppages in play. The ball in play almost throughout. Suggestion of a handball there. And suggestion of a drag back there after possession was lost. Aidan Mustafoy just lost the ball there. And decided I better slow this down because Sydney United 58 looked like they were going to break. And now Spirit coming back the other way. Ball down the right-hand side. We've got 3-on-3 here for a moment. Mason charging forward. Ball comes into the box. Chance to drop back inside. Kobayashi. Well, Kobayashi got to the ball first there. He had 2 red jerseys around him. And he had Mason just inside. Thomas Mason just waiting for the ball to be dropped back. A lovely little touch from Kobayashi. He was trying to do the right thing there. He'd drawn the 2 red jerseys towards him. But Sydney United 58 tracking back well. At the expense of a corner. Which Yoshida looks like he's ready to take. Now Petrados looking to come short. Chooses not to. Yoshida now. Floats the corner in towards the penalty spot. It's flicked away nicely. Only as far as Andre Takami though. And Takami drops it all the way back for Nicholas. Nicholas floats it into the back post. Cornwell, can he get there? Gets a touch! Almost across, but Pavlicic was there well. Almost across the middle of that 6-yard box. Pavlicic positioned really nicely and got there well. Collected. Bowled the ball out. And now Mason Wells. He's appealing for foul there, Mason Wells. He was caught by Mustafoy. Danny Horsted is unmoved. And not quite 15 minutes gone here in this first half, but pretty even match. Both teams looking to play football. Both teams creating a couple of half chances, but no one really turning it into anything significant. And this is what we'd expect from 2 teams relatively close to each other on the ladder. First against 5th, as we said, both in reasonable form. And so, unsurprisingly, a pretty tight affair so far. Now Smith drops it down for Mason. Alawalia for Mason again. Lovely touch for Mason. He's got space in front of him now. Runs into it. Petrados calling for the ball. Still going Mason. Drops it outside for Kobayashi. Kobayashi drives it in low. Petrados is there. Can he get a touch? Can he get a second touch? The ball is scrambling around there just inside the 6-yard box. They've done well to get it away. Have Sydney United 58. And they're going to break now. Rose, can he keep the ball in play? Can't quite do it. But, scramble in the box there. Certainly a half chance for Petrados. Got the first touch and then went to ground. Couldn't quite get a second. And here's Mason again, who's looked very lively. Last touch, certainly Mason felt like the last touch came off a red jersey. But on this near side, Nicholas Farmer had the best view in the house. And he's awarded throw-in, which Nakano will take. He drops it down to Coco. Nakano again for his captain. And then back inside for Pavlicic. Pavlicic surveying his options. Dinks it forward for Coco. Cornwell is there and wins it well, but just drops it inside for Wada. Wada looking to play the ball through for Krislovic. Krislovic with the shot. Krislovic with the shot and away and wide. The ball didn't quite sit up for him. He was straight through the middle. A little bit of an inquiry there from Chris Marks as to what happened. He was certainly onside from our vantage point, but that is the best chance of the match so far. Krislovic went right through the middle there. A little bit more time, I think, than he thought, Michael Krislovic. Took it first time, perhaps had time for a touch. But, always easy after the fact. But, great chance to open the scoring there that they couldn't quite take. Now, long ball forward, which Adrian Vlastlitz does really well to just knock out a play. And now Mason with the throw, drops it short for Petrados. Petrados, heavy challenge in the back, Petrados, but well, he holds off the defender well, and in fact he's given away a free kick, and then there's a little bit of silliness there. Carlos de Oliveira came charging in for the ball. A little bit of a almost rugby tackle from de Oliveira, a little bit silly. Petrados was there too, the two number 10s. Exchanging pleasantries, shall we say. The referee now is saying, just let me referee the game here. There's no need for you to come in. I'm paraphrasing based on what I can see from here. Just let me referee the game. He's an experienced referee. There's Danny Horsted. And I'm sure he doesn't want to be giving out yellow cards for no reason. And de Oliveira is well warned. They keep the free kick. And they take it quickly. Vlastelica finds Glassick and plays it forward. But it's won well there. And Mason on the ball again. He's been in everything today so far, Thomas Mason. And he finds Petrados. Lovely little flick there from Petrados for Takami. And Takami goes again on the outside onto Takami, looking to get the return ball. And, they just drop it back to Spirit, and they'll go back all the way back by the looks of things now. Pressed by Krislovic. And they go back all the way now, back for Chris Marks. Has a little look up, drops it short for Brady Smith. And Smith finds his captain, and back again for Smith. Alawali was coming short, but not much space in front. And he flicks it down now for Mason. Mason looking to play it back inside for Kobayashi, but he turns it over. Nakano. Not sure that he totally meant that, Wada, but he found de Oliveira nonetheless. And Rose again for Nakano. Nakano back inside for Vlastelica, his captain. And he finds Rose, but almost everyone behind the ball now. Petrados just on the halfway, but every other player, and they played it back, every single player in yellow behind the ball. And they choose to play it long. De Oliveira looking to find Wells. Will the ball sit up for Mason Wells? Doesn't quite. And so the pattern is being set now. Both teams sitting back when the opposition are in possession. Both teams saying you've got to make something, you've got to create something. Neither team really committing too many players forward either when they get the ball. So it's turning into a little bit of a stalemate just at the moment. It's going to take a piece of fantastic skill, or perhaps a mistake just to break that. Now Petrados, there is a fantastic piece of skill. Gets the ball between the two lines. Petrados, little touch for himself. Finds Kobayashi, but they can't quite advance, so they're driven back. And they'll go again with Takami. Turns inside Krislovic. They're going to cross now to this near side. Brady Smith finds Cornwell. Mason wants it short. Dinks it long, and Rose is there. Rose flicks it for Coco. Coco and Alawalia. Alawalia does well. Coco does really well there. I think just did enough. Alawalia certainly felt there was a free kick, but one of those situations where just did enough, not quite a foul. Just did enough to put the opposition off and win themselves that throw in, which they've taken. Nakano finds Vlastelica for Nakano again. Bring it, says his captain, and so he does, and he drops it out. This near side for Farah. Just a slight miscontrol there from Coco. But now here's Takami. Beautiful leave there from Takami for Petrados. Petrados with the outside of his right, and he's going again. Petrados looking for the return ball. Now it's played down the outside here. Mustafoy looking to get the cross in. He's held up by Bailey Rule, and he drops it back for Yoshida. Yoshida for Takami. Takami for Alawalia. Lovely little interplay here. Mustafoy with the ball. Mustafoy takes it throw in quickly. Petrados is there. He's got Yoshida looking to turn Glassick, looking to turn Bailey Rule, but Rule does well, and then heaved away from Glassick, and then the clearance completed, but only as far as Nicholas, who finds Alawalia, who in turn finds Brady Smith, and they're coming again. Cornwell, he's up for this tonight. Petrados, some beautiful little touches, lots and lots of energy in possession and without, but he looks up for this challenge. As does Simon Nicholas down that left hand side. But Bailey Rule equal to the challenge, and last touch off a yellow jersey, and so it'll be Bailey Rule now with this throw. We're just almost parallel with the Sydney United 58 box. He's just stolen a metre or two there, Bailey Rule, as he comes forward. And the ball is flicked on, but not to a red jersey, and they've turned over possession again, and they'll build from the back. Ball played forward. There is Petrados. Beautiful touch, Petrados. Comes forward. He's going to have a shot here, is he? Well, he's shaped for a shot there for a moment, Petrados. Everybody seemed to back off. And ball just got caught under his feet just momentarily. And couldn't quite pull the trigger. And now Nakano coming forward. De Oliveira just had his run checked there by Cornwell. Nakano still going. He's had his pocket picked. And Mason has got the ball, and Mason coming forward. He's got Kobayashi there, and he's got Yoshida making a great run down the middle. Petrados is there. Petrados shaping to shoot on his left foot. Petrados. Lovely save from Pavlicic. Great little bit of play there. Lots of players in movement for the Spirit. Yoshida was on the left, Petrados in the middle. Mason won the ball well. Just picked the pocket of Nakano. And, stepping up the momentum just a little bit here. Spirit. And now they'll bring it out for the back. Ball is played long again. Looking for De Oliveira this time. But Cornwall is there, surveying his options. And just a little deft header from the captain back to his goalkeeper, Chris Marks. He just pauses for a moment. He's closed down by Krislovic and picks it up. Now 4 forward here for Spirit, right on the halfway line. And Marks, well, he can't quite release any of the 4 people who were forward. Tries to find one of the wing backs there on that far left-hand side. But just overcooks it a fraction, and it'll be a throw, which is taken quickly. Mason Wells. He's lost the ball quickly there, Wells, to Mustafoy. And Mustafoy is forced back for Marks. Marks, with his left foot, floats it high. It's Petrados and Glasic. Glasic looked like he was always going to win that. Now the touch for Wells. Can he get on the end of it? Krislovic did well to come back on side. And a little flick forward, but not enough to keep the ball in play. We can see some of the junior players there for Spirit. They've got their supporter signs, encouraging their team on. They do that really well here at Christie Park. They pick a junior side and everybody comes down, supports their team, supports the seniors. And now here's Nakano inside for De Oliveira. De Oliveira plays it short, but ball is just caught there, and Rule, I beg your pardon, Rose does really well, just lets the ball run past him slightly, repositions himself, finds De Oliveira. And there is Bailey Rule, back again for Glasic, back for Vastelitsa. Vastelitsa down to this near side for Nakano, zipping the ball around really well. Rule evades the would-be tackler, drops it in for Wada. Wada, can he shape for a shot? Wada, he's got support outside him. Still going Wada all the way around the outside, trying to win himself a corner now. And, gets the ball across, from a Spirit point of view, safely into the hands of Chris Marks, but showing lots of attacking intent there as Wada. Cornwell was caught there, Grant Cornwell. But sporting handshake immediately from Krislovic. Did well, Cornwell. Saw the challenge coming, just played the ball in front of him. Took the challenge, knowing that he was going to get hit, but he was going to get the free kick. Now, Smith breaking away nicely. Drops it outside for Nicholas. Back again for Smith. For Cornwell. And he does have space in front of him if he wants to go into it. But, checks back inside. And finds Bailey Smith again. Who finds Simon Nicholas. Nicholas driving forward with Alawali outside him, calling for the ball. Yoshida inside. Finds Alawalia. Alawali is held up by Mason Wells. So he drops it back for Nicholas, who finds Smith. Smith again for Nicholas, but driven back. Wada, Krislovic, Coco. All with the quick press there, forcing the long ball. And Vlastelica wins it well in the air. Finds De Oliveira. De Oliveira just finds Alawalia. Now here is Petrados. The call was to drop the ball back from Alawalia. He heeded the call. Petrados drops it back. And they'll go again. They'll try that far side this time. Will Spirit. Nicholas. Short again. Comes back inside for Alawalia. He's got space to dink it over the top to that far right-hand side. Just over the head of Mustafoy. He checks back inside nicely. Mustafoy finds Takami. And Takami again for Nicholas. Nice little sausage play here. Good possession for Spirit. Ball played in there for Mustafoy. Can he get the cross in? Mustafoy floats the ball up to the back post. Mason is there. Mason contesting for the ball. He's got it. And, let's go around the outside of Coco. He does really well there. Chance to cross. Pauses for a moment. Gets the cross in. Pavlicic is there. Lovely little bit of play there from Mason. Gets himself around the outside of Farah Coco. Oh my goodness. Well, he's thrown the ball out of his hands. And that is going to be an indirect free kick. Well, a very unusual incident there. Pavlicic went to throw the ball out, looked to check the throw briefly, and the ball kind of came out of his hands and went back towards the goal. I don't think it was going to go into the goal, but certainly he went backwards, picked the ball up. You cannot do that. You cannot release the ball and then gather the second time. And we have one of those crazy incidents that you sometimes get from a back pass, you sometimes get from an obstruction, but this is from the very unusual goalkeeper releasing the ball and then picking it up again. It is an indirect free kick. It looks to be about 7 metres out from goal. Everybody is back on the goal line. I remember seeing Alan Shearer do this once in the Premier League, and he decided, and he was interviewed afterwards, and he just blasted the ball, and he said it's going to clip somebody on the way through. So he said, don't take a touch, I'm just going to blast it, and if it clips any player on the way through, it strictly speaking is an own goal, because as soon as you touch the ball, they can come running. So here we go. Petrados, it's going to be touched. Petrados, he fires it. It's blocked on the line. Is it blocked by a hand? It is not. And the ball is there, and then there is a handball, but it's a handball from Mustafoy. So a little bit of fun and games there. 28 minutes gone now in this first half. Funny incident. I can tell you Farah Coco was about 3 metres away from the ball there when it was touched. But our match referee, Danny Horsted, didn't get him to go back, and so we stay at 0-0. But that's a fun one to make the highlights. Now, ball over the top. Kristlovic. Can he get on the end of it again? Kristlovic. Ball is lost there. Coco with a chance to shoot. Ball floats up towards the goal and just away and wide. Well, chances now at both ends, unusual chances at both ends. Firstly, Spirit with the indirect free kick. And then secondly, down the other end, the long, hopeful ball forward. Almost fell for Kristlovic. It did fall for Farah Coco. Again, I think he had a bit more time than he thought to take the shot. Pulled the trigger first time. But the ball just floated up away and wide. And in spite of both teams' best efforts here, it's still 0-0. Now Petrados battling again with Classic. Classic does really well. Plays it forward. Finds Alawalia. A little dink header now for Yoshida. Looking to turn. Yoshida trying to find Mustafoy. Can't find him. And here's Kristlovic. Well, Kristlovic trying to get there first, but Brady Smith was not having any of that. And now Yoshida dancing down that far side. And there's a foul there. And then a little coming together. It's livening up here. Alawalia, he's getting the same talking to that I think Carlos de Oliveira got about 10 minutes ago from Danny Horsted. Let me referee the game. And the ball comes back for Marks, who finds Nicholas. Nicholas forward for Yoshida. Can he get a touch? He does, but just onto a red jersey. And now Kobayashi for Takami. For Petrados. Holds the ball up well. As he caught around the neck, he is there. I don't think you're allowed to grab people around the neck in judo, but that was sort of a wrestling style move there from Carlos de Oliveira. And, Petrados appealed for the free kick, and it's been awarded now. I don't think he fancies a shot here, Petrados. He's moving forward. He scored a lovely goal from a direct free kick a couple of weeks ago at Barton Park against St George, but it's George FC that is, but a little bit too far out even for him. And so he's hovering just on the edge of the box. Yoshida. Kobayashi, I beg your pardon, is there. Petrados is there. Mason is there. Cornwell. And, just hovering over the ball. It's Zain Alawalia. And so it looks like a training ground move here. Brady Smith arriving late. Down around the outside. So there's an extra man here. Cornwell is free around the outside, but Alawalia didn't quite catch it as he wanted to. And, relatively comfortable clearance there for Sydney United 58. Finds Takami. Takami. Back for Marks. And Marks then for Nicholas. Nicholas plays the ball forward. Now Kobayashi, can he get it behind here? Almost used his body cleverly to get it behind there. Couldn't quite. And it's away for Cornwell, who kills the ball absolutely beautifully there. With Coco in front of him. And he finds Takami. Back for Cornwell. Back for Takami. Back for Mason. A miscontrol there for Mason, but does well, recovers well. And drops the ball out now. Nakano. Just over 30 minutes gone now in this first half. Very even encounter. Chances for both teams. But scores are level, and that's probably a fair reflection of the way this game has gone, as Alawalia tries to change that. And he finds Yoshida. Yoshida. Ball just got away from him. But, does well. Wins it back. Out for Kobayashi. Kobayashi back inside for Yoshida. Yoshida. Short for Mason. Back for Yoshida. Back for Mason. Mason with a chance to shoot across the face of goal. Beautiful interplay just on the edge of the box. Kobayashi, Yoshida, Mason combining beautifully. And Petrados Just looking to get on the end of it there, Costa Petrados. They're looking very dangerous, Spirit, in around the box there. When they get the ball, sharp passing, good interplay. And now Cornwall drops it down again for Mason. Mason for Takami. And Takami back for Cornwall. Cornwall brings the ball back inside. Petrados wants it short. Cornwall spreads it out for Nicholas. Heavy touch from Nicholas. But, Mason Wells does well. Gets the ball, but couldn't quite maintain possession. And they're coming again. Takami over the top for Kobayashi. Captain Fantastic. Stilitz is there. Lunges the ball up into the air. Is it going to just drift out of play? It does indeed. No nonsense clearance there. And now Takami. Tiny bit of space in front from just for a moment. Farakoko closes him down really well. Alawalia dinks it out to that far side. Too much on it? Not at all. Nicholas, beautiful bit of control. Beg your pardon. It's Mustafoy with a beautiful bit of control. And he finds Nicholas. And back for Yoshida. Lovely flick again. Some beautiful touches here from this Spirit team. Now out for Mason. Mason in behind. Kobayashi. Kobayashi drives it in low. Petrados going to get on the end of it again. They've won it back again. Mason still inside the box. Mason drops it out for Alawalia. Alawalia shaping for a shot. Alawalia with the shot. Just away and wide. They're turning the screws here. NWS Spirit maintaining possession really well. They're looking sharp. Their movement is terrific. Their one-touch, two-touch passing is really working well for them. It's Pavlicic still unbeaten at the back there. He will take the goal kick. Pavlicic now, long kick. Looking to find he's looking to find Kristovic. Mason Wells also there. They both somewhat go for the same ball. Cornwall is there to clear up any lingering danger. And he finds Marks, who bowls it out. Alawalia is there again. Really has shown for the ball quite a lot here, Zayn Alawalia. I probably know him better as a wing back, but he's been good tonight. Now Cornwall does well, works hard, steps inside Coco. Comes forward now Cornwall. He's got Mason here in this near side. Mason showing some great pace so far. He's got Petrados inside, and Petrados a great challenge. What a challenge there from Adrian Lastalitza. Got the ball, 100% fair challenge. But a real 50-50 there, and he won it really well. But Petrados straight back up to his feet. And Petrados again, looking to close down Lastalitza. Can't quite do it. And Cornwall is there. Beatty Rule charges in. It's frenetic stuff here. Maybe looking to get their foot on the ball here and just calm things down a bit. Mason Wells driving down that far right-hand side. Wells looking to find Bailey Rule, who'd made a terrific run down the middle. But, couldn't quite find him. Ball was intercepted. And here comes De Oliveira. De Oliveira finds Wells. Wells finds Nakano, who in turn finds Coco. And Coco back inside. For Rose. Rose for Glassick. Right now for Beatty Rule outside for Mason Wells. Wells looking to get the cross in. Gets the cross in. Well, the ball hasn't gone out of play. It stayed in there, or has it? Well, in fact, the ball did go out of play. Looked for a moment like it had stayed in play. But a quick flag out on that far side. Alexis Turner is our official out on that far side, and she signalled for a corner. And so for, certainly the first time in the last 15 minutes at least, a chance for a little bit of pressure from Sydney United 58. They've got Glassick forward. They've got Vlastelica forward. Krislovic is right in there. A little bit of push and shove between Mustafoy and Glassick. And 4, 5, 6 red jerseys right inside the 6-yard box. De Oliveira all on his own. Well, just as I was about to say it, De Oliveira all on his own right on the edge of the box. It would be an absolute wonder strike. But there's literally not a player within 15 metres of De Oliveira. And I think Nakano, or Wada, I beg your pardon, Wada has seen that. And he's looking to hold up the Spirit player there, but the ball is floated in right on top of Chris Marks. And he gets there and punches it away. But, only as far as that man, De Oliveira, who was hovering at the edge of the box, chooses to take the throw in. De Oliveira drops it down now to Bailey Rule. You don't often see Bailey Rule down on this near side. But, he's the man that picks up the ball and finds Rose. Rose striving forward. He was held back initially by Petrados. A little tug of the jersey by Petrados. Referee played a good advantage there. And, free kick not yet taken. I think Costa Petrados thought the ball was still in play, but good advantage there by our match referee. And the chance comes down for Kristovic with the header. Loops up into the air. But it's taken comfortably by Marks. Lovely bit of play there. Powerful run from Dylan Rose down the middle. Petrados saw the danger, just dragged him back just a fraction. The referee played a lovely advantage. Saw then that no advantage forthcoming and called it back for the free kick. Now, Farakoko, can he get on the end of this? The clearance come pass from his captain. And back now for the other captain, Grant Cornwell. And he finds Takami. Takami turns inside, right in the middle of the centre circle now. Takami surveys the field in front and chooses to drop it outside. Nicholas running around the outside. Mustafoy drops it back inside for Takami. Takami back outside. Nicholas, Mustafoy. Nicholas again. Back again for Takami. Has he given it away there, Krislovic? Well, he just trod on the ball there, Krislovic. With Brady Smith in close attention. Had he gotten a touch on there, Krislovic, he would have had 40 metres of free space in front of him. But, Brady Smith, fraction lucky to get away with that one. And now back inside to Takami. Lovely touch. Gets the ball again to Takami. This little wall passing that they've done to break open these lines of defence have been fantastic. And now Yoshida looking to step inside Brady Rule. Does so. Gets the shot in. But away it goes and over the bar. They've got a really specific plan here, have the Spirit. It's touch and go. It's wall passes, little flick passes, trying to get between these blocks of defence. Sydney United 58 have set up. It's been quite effective so far in getting past the first line. Not so effective in getting past the second. But clearly it's a tactic that they've set out. And they're doing it really well. Now, Coco. Looking to find De Oliveira. He had two around him in very close attention. Farah Coco. And slightly errant pass there. And so Grant Cornwell will take the throw. And he drops it down again. Mason exchanging passes. And again, Takami is there. Kobayashi's inside the box. Kobayashi looking to drop it back for Petrados. Yoshida there hovering as well. Couldn't quite find either. Nicholas does well. Finds Smith. And Smith finds Takami. Takami inside for Alawali. He's got a little bit of space, Alawalia. But plays it short for Yoshida. Yoshida, well, he's got a little touch of the ankle there from Dylan Rose. He does have 4 yellow cards already this season. Dylan Rose is the highest yellow card getter, if that's a stat, for this City United 58 team. As you'd expect from a number 6, he plays in that sort of defensive holding midfield role. But no suggestion that was a yellow card offence. But just clipped the ankles. And free kick sufficient. Another little bit of push and shove down on that far side. Referee coming in again. And a little bit of he said, she said, as they say. And Danny Horsted again, just having a second chat to Alawalia. And Carlos De Oliveira is there yet again, getting involved. And Carlos De Oliveira yet again getting involved after the ref had said no more of that. And you got to think next time that happens, it probably will be a card. Referee says, hold it up there. I'm not ready. Having another word. I think just a little bit of chirping in the referee's ear that he wasn't best pleased with. And he's having another chat out on that far side. It's Mason Wells being spoken to this time. And after all that, we'll get ourselves going again with the throw-in. Petrados looking to turn. But, terrific challenge again from Rose. Got in there really quickly. And now it's Takami again for Alawalia. And now here is Wells looking to play it forward for Krislovic. Krislovic, can he take it off? Well, he was trying to just flick it off there for Coco. Couldn't quite find him. And now Cornwell with a bit of space in front of him. Cornwell looking to get Kobayashi into space there. But Vlastelice does really well. And now he does release Coco. Coco into space. He's got Mason there tracking back, but into too much space. Farah Coco had just gone a fraction early there, with Grant Cornwell having pressed forward. Mason did really well to drop back. A little bit of Dutch-style total football there. Thomas Mason dropping back, picking up that right-back position when Cornwell had pushed forward. Coco drifted into an offside position. Now the free kick comes forward. But, not for the first time tonight. They've given away possession rather cheaply of Sydney United 58. And Spirit driving the ball forward. But Glassick is there, wins it well. Comes down for Alawalia, and Rose is there again, as is Rule. A little bit of head tennis. Petrados eventually picks up the pieces, and he's got the ball, and he's driving forward. He's got Mason Wells there with him, and Rose, and between them, But ball is won back really well. Mustafoy just on the edge of the box now. Petrados outside him. Holds it up, battling hard with Rose. Petrados drives it in low. But Glassick is there. Gets the header away nicely for Petrados. Petrados takes a touch. Takes a second. They're being forced right back, Kristlovic. And Mason Wells doing really well to force them back. And now Chris Marks has got it. And he drops it down here for Mason. Mason and Nakano. Ball stays in play there. Well, it's called back there. Just for a moment, I thought the referee was going to let that one go. Mason just grimacing down below us. It's not totally clear if it's a throw-in or a free kick here. Referee just saying, back across the other side of halfway, please. And it's going to be a throw-in by the looks of things. Mason to take it. Short for Alawalia. A little touch there from Alawalia. Back for Mason, who finds Takami. And in turn finds Smith. They're one-touch stuff. Crisp passing. Very confident in possession. Nicholas. Now down on this near side. And a beautiful turn. Yoshida. And he's got Kobayashi. Kobayashi driving through there. Just not to find him. The ball just finds Nakano. But terrific run there. Kobayashi driving down the middle. Looked like he was in a bit of space. Pass couldn't find him. And now Bailey Rule. City United 58. Coming back the other way. Checks it back for Glassick. Glassick looks up. Finds Vlastelica. Nakano says give it off to Coco. Vlastelica drops back inside for Glassick. And again inside. Not sure that was the intended pass, but it's found its way to Coco. And back inside again for Nakano. A little glance over the shoulder to see what's on. Nobody really there. And so he finds Wada right in the middle of the field. Wada. Got two people closing on him quickly. Petrados and Yoshida. And so he finds Rose. And Rose drops it outside for Rule. Rule again for Wada. Makes a run, Rule. Makes a great run, Bailey Rule. Takes a touch inside. Can he get inside that last defender, Bailey Rule? But, he does. And then there's a little bit of a swinging arm there. And Simon Nicholas has gone down. And the referee is going to be called into action here yet again. Simon Nicholas, a rather dramatic fall. There was a little bit of a tangle of feet. And then a swinging arm is probably an exaggeration from Bailey Rule. But Nicholas has gone down. And the referee is calling for a little bit of attention. And our assistant out on that far side, she has come across. Alexis Turner has come across. And there's going to be a little chat here between Alexis Turner and Danny Horsted. And City United 58 are taking the opportunity to get some fluids on board. Bailey Rule certainly fled the scene of the, certainly the alleged crime at this point. So he fled the scene quite quickly, Bailey Rule. And so as we approach half-time, we're just into the last minute of normal time here at the Arctic Circle, Christie Park. We've got perhaps a pivotal moment here in the game. The assistant referee's had a little chat to the centre ref. Doesn't look like anything's going to come of this. He's having a little chat to Grant Cornwell, the captain of Spirit. Simon Nicholas is still down, needing attention. But you would imagine the referee would have called Bailey Rule across if anything was going to happen. I think he's explaining the situation to Grant Cornwell. And Cornwell pleading his case, not too severely by the looks of things. And judging by the referee's actions, well, maybe I've spoken too soon here, because the referee is now jogging down towards the halfway line. And let's see if he's calling anyone out. He is in fact coming across to Bailey Rule. He's going to have a little chat here. Not reaching for any cards just at the moment. Just a little conversation. Oh, he is reaching for a card, and it's a yellow card. So after all that, a yellow card for Bailey Rule. A little bit of, I think, silliness. That will go down as a silliness yellow card rather than anything else. But Bailey Rule becomes the first player into the referee's notebook today. There's been a few little incidents of that nature. A little bit of silliness, and I think the referee's probably just had enough. And decided to issue the first yellow card of the game as we move into stoppage time in this first half. Now, Petrados rising high. And here is Mason. He's been very lively this first half, Thomas Mason. And, he's worked really well with Petrados, with Yoshida, with Kobayashi. Didn't quite have the telepathy right there on that occasion. And we look towards Danny Horsted haven't had too many stoppages apart from the one we just had moments ago. So, there we go. 2 minutes, in fact. Just confirmation from our fourth official. It's Ethan Zavargulis. Confirms 2 minutes, minimum, as they say, of 2 minutes at a time in this first half. And Vlastolica flicks the ball up in the air. And Rose is there. A little bit of an air swing from Rose. But fights to get it a second time. And a third time. Is there a handball there? Well, there is indeed a little bit of poor fortune there for Rose. Didn't quite catch the ball the first time. Just about caught it the second time. And then hit his arm the third. And so we're probably going to round out this first half with a free kick. Which, well, they were thinking about taking it into the box, but they dropped it off for Nicholas. He's made a miracle recovery as Nicholas. And now Yoshida. Can he get in behind? Looking to find Petrados. Petrados, is he caught? No penalty. Waved away straight away. And that, in fact, is the last action of the half. Danny Horsted points to the centre circle. And very few nil-all draws are full of action and full of adventure and full of good play. But this one has been. It's been a terrific first half. Both teams looking to play the ball. Probably the crispest interplay has come from the NWS Spirit side. They've perhaps shaded it, but as we go into the sheds for half-time, it is the home side, NWS Spirit 0, the away team, Sydney United 58 0. Well, we're lucky enough to have Cian McKenna here sitting beside us in the gantry. Cian, what did you make of that first half?
Well, it was a much better 45 from NWS Spirit after their performance from the Wanderers last weekend. Much more spirited and looked a lot better in that final third. The high press that they've adopted this week, obviously been training in it, has paid fortune for the home side early, though they need to be more clinical going into the second half. The characteristic of this United team has been their defence, and I'm sure the Legalies won't allow too many more chances for Spirit in the second half. For United, they need to get more attacking presence. They were almost non-existent in that first half, especially Mason Wells and Michael Klisovic. They need to get more involved going into the second 45, though this match is sure to keep up with it. David, going back to you.
Thanks, Cian. Well done with a very small window there to squeeze in the little match report for the first half. So nice setup here at Spirit. We've got the great man Ches Farrow beside us on camera, and Cian McKenna here to my right doing the match reporting. So good team spirit here. And Eric Subiano, the new, I think he's the marketing manager. Is that we'll double check what Eric's job title is, but he certainly has an important role to play here at Spirit as well. So we saw Eric earlier, and Oliver Walker-Peel, one of the NPL Victoria callers, is here as well. He's going to be moving to New South Wales, doing some ice hockey commentary, and he's going to pick up a few NPL New South Wales games along the way as well. So it's cast of thousands here. It's good camaraderie amongst the crew, reporters and commentators, and even the interstate commentators. So shout out to Ollie Walker-Peel. Good to see you here today, mate. Now we're back into the action, and the same setup somewhat in the first half. Possession for Spirit, and Sydney United 58 just sitting back, doing some of the stats checking during the week. Sydney United 58 have not scored a goal in the first half since round 5 against SD Raiders. That was the last time they scored a goal in the first half. So they are top of the table. They've won every match except one, but they are scoring very, very few goals in the first half. And this game has followed that pattern. They had one or two half chances, but no real genuine chances to score, and so their difficulty in scoring in the first half continues. But not so many problems scoring in the second half. And, let's see now with Rose coming forward, and he drops it off for Vlastelica, his captain. And looking for the ball again is Rose. Vlastelica chooses to hold it up and finds De Oliveira, who comes short for him. De Oliveira. Lovely square pass again for Rose. Rose got Coco down the middle. Coco drops it outside him. Looking to get the ball again. Coco. Is he pushed in the back there, Coco? Referee says no. Has a hard look at that, the referee. He says no. It was Nakano who was in there as well with Farah Coco. Referee says no foul. Let's play on. And there is number 21 again. Beautiful shoulder pass there. Don't see many of those. And Bailey Rule. We've got Bailey Rule, of course, on this near side now with Mason Wells. Beautiful turn from Wells. And Wada looking to get there. But Simon Nichols comes across. Well, a quick throw in is taken. And Wells looking to go around the outside. Did really well there, Wada. You've got some Spirit ball boys and ball girls here. And the ball girl returned the ball really quickly there for Wada. He took the throw in quickly. Looking to get Mason Wells away down this right-hand side. But Nicholas charging back there. Got the touch. And at the expense of a corner, which Mason Wells will take. No changes to report in this second half. We've got the same two starting lineups. And now a chance for an early goal here for Sydney United 58. Wells floats it in towards the penalty spot. Vlastelica wins it. Farakoko just away and wide. He feels there was a touch off a yellow jersey there at the end. Farakoko. Our match referee says no. Early chance now for Sydney United 58, but they've spurned it. Coco caught the ball nicely there. A little bit of chaos being created inside the box, and Kristovic looking to catch Brady Smith. Brady Smith battles hard, gets there. Kristovic, can he cut him down? Just does enough. Can he cut him off? In fact, I don't think he wanted to cut him down. He certainly wanted to cut him off, but he did the necessary there. And with the Sydney United 58 supporter group just right beside them, they've won themselves a throw-in, which has found Coco. Everybody's appealing for something, but the referee's given nothing. The ball is trapped down in that bottom corner, and that's going to be a throw-in for Farah Coco, which he takes quickly for Kristovic. Brady Smith looked to have a handful of jersey there. But, he's given away a corner. On a different day, a different ref might have awarded a penalty there because he definitely had a handful of jersey. But 6-1, half dozen of the other, says Danny Horsted. And we'll have another corner. So much livelier start to this second half and almost the entirety of the first half from a City United 58 point of view. And we've got Classic. Vlastelica all down there, looking to put the pressure on. Beautiful floated corner in. Chris Marks is there, but he punches it away well. Only as far as De Oliveira, who takes a touch, flips to float the ball back in. But blocked down really well by Yoshida. And now Rose is there. Who's going to leave it for Bailey Rule? Who's got Mason Wells coming short. Throws it back now for Classic, just inside his own half. Classic finds Vlastelica. Again for Classic for Rose. Beautiful step inside, outside for Rose. And then a short ball for Wada. Wada looking to play the ball down the outside for Rule. Can he get a touch there? Does really well, does Bailey Rule. Steps back inside. Finds De Oliveira for Mason Wells. Inside for Coco! Farah Coco finishes off a beautiful move down this near side. Beautiful interplay. Overlapping runs. Bailey Rule involved. And then the ball is driven in low and hard. And Farah Coco is there. 5 minutes gone in this second half. And Farah Coco has broken the deadlock. They can't score in the first half, but they absolutely can score in the second. Farah Coco driving the ball in low. 50 minutes gone in this game. 5 minutes into the second half. And Farah Coco, a totally different team by the looks of things in this second half. City United 58. No changes made at half time, but the way in which they played has changed. They've won a couple of corners. They've looked much more dangerous. And some brilliant interplay down this near side. Bailey Rule heavily involved. Cross came in low and hard. Farah Coco was there. There were other red jerseys in the box too. But Farah Coco first on the scene. Drives the ball in. And he has got another goal, Farah Coco. He scored in round 6. He scored again in round 8. And he scored now here in round 11. And the league leaders are 1 goal to the good. Wells finds Coco. Back across the middle. It's Nakano and Wada somewhat combining, but the ball is given away now. Yoshida bearing down a goal. Yoshida with shots. Blocked away well. Still there, floating around. Vlastelica does really well to get it, but Thomas Mason is there. Danger not averted. Petrados looking to step inside, but he's held up really well. Captain Frey just there, and a little miscontrol there from Petrados. They almost got themselves directly back into it. Yoshida got the ball just on the edge of the box, bearing down on goal. The defenders had backed off just a fraction, but his shot was blocked away. And the rebound did fall to a yellow jersey. Adrian Vlastelica got there really well. Now Petrados going to get on the end of the throw. And there is our goal scorer. Farah Coco launches the ball high up into the night sky. And the touch there is for Mason Wells. Alawali as well. Now Kristlovic has got Wells in front of him if you can see him. Perhaps it just drifted into an offside position there, Mason Wells. Bailey Rule is there, and he's going to take the throw again, and he drops it back again for Classic as he's done before. And Classic for Rose. A lot more intensity about this Sydney United 58 team now. Much more upbeat than they were in the first half. And they're going to have to lift. They've definitely got the momentum. Great tackle there from Takami. Takami finds Cornwell, Alawalia. Well, De Oliveira got the ball there. He thought fairly, but the referee had already blown the whistle. 50-50 challenge there between Alawalia and De Oliveira. They've been at the centre of a couple of little incidents. But referee had already blown the whistle before De Oliveira released the shot. Chris Marks knew that. And the ball did drift in, but goal not given. And now Nicholas, he's being pressed very high here, Nicholas, by Mason Wells. And he does well, drops it off for Mustafoy. Again for Nicholas forward for Yoshida. And now Petrados finds Mustafoy again. Mustafoy looking to find Yoshida inside. But can't quite connect. And now Nicholas comes forward. Nicholas, the ball flips down nicely. Oh, it's just over the bar from Simon Nicholas. Well, the ball sat up beautifully there for Simon Nicholas. And he caught it on the half volley as he was running forward in stride. Pavlicic did not move. And that would certainly have been 1-1. But this game has really, really livened up. It was an interesting first half, I think it's fair to say, but without lots of incidents. It's been incident-packed in this first 10 minutes of the second half. And now Petrados again, turning nicely. Avoiding 1 red jersey, avoiding 2. Looking to find Kobayashi. Can't quite find him. As the Spirit subs bench has been emptied, and they're down now warming up. And there as well, he's Guy Alvera. He's just tapped the ankles of Grant Cornwell. And, I thought for a moment Cornwell had picked up an injury, but I think it's just a lace that he's adjusting. And he's back up quickly. Alawalia looks to find Cornwell, but he'd fixed the lace, but hadn't quite returned to his feet. And so the ball drifts out now. Pavlicic. Beg your pardon. Pavlicic now coming across to this near side. They're surely not looking to run time off the clock already. Brings it across to this near side. Does Pavlicic. And he plays the ball low, in fact. And, just evades everybody for a moment. And there's a little tug of the jersey there from De Oliveira. No, it's just Danny Horsett. Mason felt that he was impeded. And now Rose driving forward, but Takami is there. Closes him down. Cuts off his path to goal. And that's a lovely ball inside. Wada finds De Oliveira. De Oliveira. Can he get the wall pass? Well, they've picked up this wall pass technique there. Wada over the top, takes a touch. Can he get a shot in? Nicholas does really well to come across there and close down the danger. But they seem to have adopted Spirit's tactic from the first half of these little wall passes, the give and go. And it's serving them very nicely. They've got themselves another corner. And it's Mason Wells again. They've been very dangerous, these corners, already in this second half. Wells, he's got Classic. He's got Rose coming short. But, I think he's just looking to draw away some defenders there. There's Rose, and now Wells. Pauses just for a moment, resets. Wells floats it in towards the near post. Headed there. What a terrific late run. He was absolutely unmarked, was Nakano, coming from the back. Nobody picked up the late run of Koya Nakano, and he had somewhat of a free header there, but wasn't able to direct it on goal. And now Krislovic finds Wada. Wada looking to find Krislovic again. But, Nicholas does really well there. Just steps over the ball, lets it run all the way through to Chris Marks. And all the momentum now. All the momentum with Sydney United 58. They've got the goal. They've got the momentum. They're certainly creating more chances. And Spirit will need to do something different now. And it's Mason out of this far side. It's a lovely touch. He's got Nakano in front of him. He's got Kobayashi. Mason's still going. He stepped around to Oliveira, looking to find Yoshida. Can't quite find him. And Rose is there. Now Alawalia shaping for the shot. Just got under that, did Zayn Alawalia. And put the ball significantly over the bar, but a decent chance again there. Wasn't quite able to keep the ball down, Zayn Alawalia. And now Petrados closing in on Pavlicic, and, forcing the quick clearance, which falls to Takami. Can't quite find a yellow jersey, finds Rose, and Rose plays the ball over the top. Mason Wells, he's in behind here, but a late flag. The late flag goes up. Nicholas Farmer, our assistant on this near side. The late flag, Mason Wells thought he was in behind. But, he's playing right on the offside line there. Mason Wells doing really well. But, slightly mistimed his run that time. And the free kick is taken now by Nicholas. Wells is there again, pressing. Ball is through. Krislovic, flag stays down. Krislovic goes around the keeper. Is there a handball on the edge of the box there? Is there a handball on the edge of the box? Well, the referee looked across to his assistant on this near side. The Sydney United 58 faithful were certain that there was a handball just outside the box there from Chris Marks. Referee had a long look at that, and he had a long look at his assistant as well. Play on, they both said. Now, right back down the other end. Petrados looking to break. This game has opened right up now. Here is Wada coming back, and Wada just choosing to take the heat out of it just a little bit. As Adrian Vlastelica is having words with the referee. Bailey Rule doing the same down on this near side. We can almost hear the conversation. And our assistant on this near side, well, we can't even reflect on those chances because another chance coming up now. But, Cornwell does well there and gets back. Does he get a touch and keep it in? He does really well. The chances are coming so fast in this game, there isn't even an opportunity to reflect on previous chances. De Oliveira, low for Wells. Wells, lovely little touch for Bailey Rule. He wants it back, Mason Wells, and he gets it. And then he drops it in for De Oliveira. De Oliveira sits from nicely, but it's blocked down, gets the rebound, De Oliveira. And now Kobayashi, no handball there. And he charges away, switches it to this near side for Yoshida. Yoshida, ball bounces just slightly awkwardly for him, but he gets a touch. Bailey Rule is there. Checks back inside. Alawalia calling for it, but Yoshida drops the shoulder, turns, puts it back outside for Alawalia. Alawalia returns it back for Yoshida, who finds Nicholas. We'll come back to that near send-off incident in a moment. Cornwell around the outside for Mostafoy. Mostafoy for Kobayashi. Kobayashi for Mostafoy. Drops it back inside. Glassick is there and clears the ball away. Well, we could hear what the assistant referee was saying down here below us. And he said that there certainly was a touch inside the box from the hand of Chris Marks. And then the next touch outside the box was not with the hand. He said so there was a touch, but not with the hand. So the proximity here is super helpful. We're able to see and hear what it is that the assistant has to say. Now we've got our first substitution of the night. And it's Thomas Mason making his way off the field. And Can Nizam, who has made his way on. So Mason off and Nizam on for Spirit. Now Alawalia, can he get a touch? Can he get a second touch? Can't quite hold it up there. Ball has drifted out of play. Now both sides appealing there. The referee has... he seems to be saying that, he's saying, no, let's take the throw from there. There was a suggestion that the ball never went into play. And yes, that's in fact the referee's adjudication. The ball never in fact went into play. And so we'll reset and we'll go again. And Bailey Rule with the throw right on halfway. Looking to find Kristovic. Does find him. Yoshida gets the ball. Drops it back. Finds Brady Smith. Has to move quickly there, Brady Smith, because he had Kristovic all over him. And Nizam out there on that far side. Drops it all for Marks. Marks. Well, the heart and mouth moment there for Chris Marks. Did really well. And then drops a beautiful pass in from Ostafoy with Bailey Rule. 50-50 challenge there. Both players going in full-blooded, but Bailey Rule, he picked up an injury there, Bailey Rule. He's just holding... just below his knee, just above his shin, Bailey Rule. Seems to have come off second best there. We'll keep an eye on that one as Nicholas drops the ball back for Marks. Seems to be shaking it off, Bailey Rule. And now Mostafoy. Back inside for Nicholas. Nicholas for Petranos. But, looking to find Kobayashi. Can only find Coco. Takami does well, works hard. And finds Cornwell. Cornwell driving forward. Drops it outside for the substitute. Nizam. Low cross in. But, cleared away well. At the expense of a corner, though. Spirit sending almost every player forward. They've got only two players outside the box. Now here comes the corner. Floated in low. Yoshida lets it run. Drops down for Mostafoy. Steps inside one. Steps inside two. Gets the shot away. But, half charge down. And it's come back out now for Nicholas. Nicholas floats it over to that far side for Petranos, where he takes a touch. He's got Nakano there with him. And he drops the ball back. Ball now floated in towards the penalty spot. Chance for a header! Chance for a fantastic goal! Kobayashi, the flag stays down. Beautiful ball floated across there. 63 minutes gone in this second half. And a terrific equaliser for Spirit. It's been a very, very even match. It's Kobayashi with the header. There was 3 or 4 players to choose from as the ball was floated in from that far side. Statuesque defending, you'd have to say, from Sydney United 58. And there's going to be a substitution now right on the back of that. It's Carlos de Oliveira making his way off. Is it a double change, in fact? Well, Carlos de Oliveira certainly is coming off. And so 1-1. It is Gabriel Tillo who is making his way on. He has had an absolutely tremendous season so far, Gabriel Tillo. Scoring goals, getting international call-ups. And he has come on immediately upon that goal being conceded, and he's down here on this near side down below us. 1-1, game on. Excellent tackle there. The two Japanese players tackling. Yoshida tackling with Wada. Again, 50-50 stuff here. Lots of these tackles have been 50-50. Both sets of players going for the ball wholeheartedly. No malicious intent. Now here's Wada. Yoshida gets the better of him again. And here's Alawalia. Now, is this a momentum shift now for the Spirit? 1-1. Can the undefeated streak continue here for Sydney United 58? Or will we have a statement win for the Spirit? Andre Takami. He's got Mustafoy outside him. Gets the ball back again. Takami. Yoshida calling for short on the edge of the box. Chooses to find Alawalia. Lots of movement here for Spirit now. Yoshida. Can he get around Rose? Stout defending there from Rose. He's going to let the ball roll out, is he? Fantastic piece of play there from Rose. Stood up really well. Used his body to good effect. He's a significantly bigger man than Yoshida. Held him off really well. And earned the goal kick. Which, not for the first time. Pavlicic just taking his time. Repositioning the ball. Letting the clock run on an extra few seconds. But it is 1-1 here at Christie Park. On the balance of play of the whole game, 1-1 is probably fair. You'd have to say that Spirit probably shaded the first half, and Sydney United 58 probably shaded this second. But overall, on the boxing scorecard, you probably have these two teams even, and so 1-1, a fair reflection so far. Now Smith gets the ball, but only as far as Tillo. And now here is Rule. Looks to have shaken off the ill effects of that challenge. And now Tillo looking around the outside again. Mustafoy gets there well, and ball comes back off a red jersey. And so it'll be a Spirit throw. Mustafoy to take. And he drops it off for Nicholas. Nicholas floats the ball forward. Classic against Petrados. Petrados gets his chest to the ball really well, but can't retain possession. And then Bailey Rule is there with Yoshida. Great intensity about this game. Bailey Rule inside for Wada. Back for Rule. Rule, ball stays in play here. Petrados has got it. It's 3-on-4, not in his favour. Petrados dinks the ball in, looking to find Nizam. Nizam does really well, works hard, gets the ball. Alawalia screaming for the ball, just on the edge of the box. Nizam chooses to play the ball outside, gets the ball back. Nizam looks to step inside as he caught. No foul, says the referee. And now here comes Farakoko. Farakoko driving forward, he's got great pace. Coco drops the ball outside for Mason Wells. Smith is there, and Smith chips the ball just over the top of the Sydney United 58 supporters group, and out for throw. But a terrific match now, right in the balance. The leaders, Sydney United 58, still undefeated this season, 9 wins and a draw, taking on the Spirit, 5 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats. This game is could be a marker for the Spirit if they're going to push on and try and be in the top 6. It's the sort of game they want to win. And around the grounds here, thanks to Keane McKenna, it's University of New South Wales have got a last minute, 91st minute stoppage time winner. University of New South Wales have defeated the Western Sydney Wanderers 2-1. And SC Raiders have had a terrific win, a 1-0 win against St George FC. Really seem to have dropped off a cliff somewhat St George FC in the last couple of weeks. But, 2 very interesting results. SC Raiders and Uni New South Wales were looking like they were going to be rock bottom for a while, but they've come back really well these last few weeks. A couple of great wins, and that is a great win against the Western Sydney Wanderers. Now back to live action here. We've got Costa Petrados dinking the ball over to that far side. He finds his captain, Grant Cornwell. Cornwell plays the ball in. Mastalitza is there. A little bit of a slice from Mastalitza. Working hard back there. The ball has been cleared away, and it finds its way to Smith. He finds Mustafoy. Takes a touch. He's got Tillo in front of him. Tillo drives him back. Tillo working really hard. But, looking to get it again here. Tillo. Can he evade Mustafoy? Great little battle here now down below us. Mustafoy and Tillo, the 2 and the 12. Lovely control from Mustafoy. Still going. Is he fouled there? He is indeed. But great piece of play there from Mustafoy. Held the ball up. Held off Tillo. Held off also Dylan Rose, and won himself a free kick. But lovely close control there, directly down below us. We had a perfect view of that. And now Krislovic Well, Krislovic has nearly caught Brady Smith, and Brady Smith, in fact, is going to go down here. A non-contact injury, I think, for Brady Smith. He immediately signalled that he was gone, and immediately signalled to the sideline that what it looks like his knee, in fact. And that is terrible to see, a non-contact injury for Brady Smith. He's going to go down here. He is indeed. He immediately signalled that there was a problem, and he immediately signalled that rolling of the arms gesture when players know that they're not going to be able to continue, and that is very disappointing to see for Brady Smith. 20 minutes to go in this match. And Brady Smith is down. There's definitely going to be a substitution here. Brady Smith immediately signal to the sideline. And so we might just reflect on the game here just a little bit. Very interesting, very tense first half. Not too many chances created though. And in fact, confirming the substitution, I will pause just for a moment. And it's Kaya Williams who is making his way on in the number 3 jersey. So Kaya Williams is on in the number 3 jersey, and the very unfortunate Brady Smith is making his way off. So a little reflection on the game as we started doing a moment ago. Very tense first half. Not a tremendous amount of chances. The best chance probably was a quite unusual indirect free kick inside the box. That was awarded after Adam Pavlicic lost control of the ball and then regathered, which you are not allowed to do. You can regather with your feet and clear it away, but regathered with his hands. That was the best chance probably of the first half. Into the second half, Sydney United 58 came out with a lot more intensity. They had all of the momentum. And just 5 minutes into the second half, Farakoko broke the deadlock. Momentum was with them for the next couple of minutes, but gradually NWS Spirit, the home side, started to get themselves back into it. And with 63 minutes on the clock, Kobayashi with the header, the Japanese connection yet again. Riku Kobayashi with the header. And so we are sitting now with about 20 minutes or so to go. There'll be a couple of stoppages, but 20 minutes or so to go in this match. And it is the home side, NWS Spirit 1. The away team, the league leaders, undefeated this year, 9 wins and 1 draw. Sydney United 58-1. Very intriguing last 20 minutes in store. Now, one well in the air. Wells, can he get around to Kami? He can't. Petrados drops it out to that outside to one of our substitutes, Nizam. Nizam plays it in low. Cleared away well. And as far as Cornwell has to dink the ball over the top. Kobayashi looking to pick up some pieces, but Pavlicic is there really well and picks it up and drops it out for Classic. No real options in front of him, Classic. Yoshida, Petrados and Kobayashi all pressing high. So he stops and checks it back to his keeper. He finds his captain. And then he plays it forward just off the outside of the boot there from Adrian Vlastelica. And out it goes on that far side for a throw-in. Referee's whistle there, just indicating that the throw-in was not being taken from the right position. But that is corrected, and they go again. 2 number 8s clashing there, Wada and Cornwell. Wada gets the better of it, and then Takami and Coco clashing. And free kick awarded. Interesting to see how both sides approach these last 20 minutes or so. It's City United 58 sitting top of the ladder. Probably don't need to push on. Well, certainly don't need to push on for the win. But Spirit, do they want to push on? Do they want to leave some gaps at the back? Do they want to try and go for the statement win here? Or are they happy to get a draw against the league leaders? The last 20 minutes or so will tell. Now, ball played forward. Chris Marks is there, picks it up, bowls it out to his captain, who finds Nizam, one of our substitutes, inside for Alawalia. It's been all action tonight, saying Alawalia. Drops it outside here for certainly Mr. All Action, Yoshida. Yoshida's been put in possession, though, by Bailey Rule, who finds Tillo. Tillo looking to put Bailey Rule into space. But Mustafoy again does really well. And drops it off for Nicholas. But, a little bit of tempo has gone out of the game now since that equaliser, and certainly since that injury. Perhaps it is that both these teams are maybe happy to settle for a draw, and neither side will commit too many men forward, but let's see how it pans out. Beautiful ball there from Kobayashi into space. Rose chasing him down. Kobayashi, can he get away from Rose? Rose does so well there, battles back again, almost in exactly the same part of the field as he did just a few minutes ago with Yoshida. Battles back well, works incredibly hard, uses his body shields the ball. Firstly it was Yoshida, this time it was Kobayashi. And out the ball goes for another goal kick, which Pavlicic will take. He's been an absolute rock in the middle of the midfield there. As Dylan Rose, and, a key man in these last 15-20 minutes, you would think. Now Petrados with the ambitious shot. Comes forward. Could have been an awkward bounce there for Pavlicic. He backpedaled for a moment and then decided to come forward. Caught the ball on the full there. Could have been a very awkward bounce had he not got there. Yoshida closing down Bailey Rule. And the ball goes out again. Just seeing how they're setting up here, NWS Spirit. It's Yoshida here on the left-hand side. It's Kobayashi on the right and Petrados in the middle. Then in the middle here it's Takami, it's Alawalia and Nizam. And then they've got themselves a flat back four. Mustafoy, Nicholas. One of our substitutes that has just come on, Kaya Williams. And then on the outside, far right, Grant Cornwell. So a 4-3-3 here for the Spirit. Still showing attacking intent. Now Krislovic wins the ball in the L. And Williams gets it. And he finds Takami, who in turn finds Nizam. Nizam. And on that far side against Nakano. Still Nizam. Does well Nizam. Finds Takami. Over the top. Ball is there for Nizam with the shot. Blocked away though. Danger not averted yet. Well, it is now from Bailey Rule, and he drives it far away. Krislovic is the only player inside the Spirit half. And they're coming again now with Cornwell. It's 10, 11 players behind the ball here. As Petrados looks to get a touch. Glassick gets there first. And again, sort of anywhere will do from Sydney United 58. And they're only finding yellow jerseys with these clearances. And now they come again. It's Mustafoy driving forward. He's got Tillo in front of him. Mustafoy. Tillo does well and holds him up, drives him back. And so he drops it back for Nicholas, who finds Alawalia. Alawalia turns the favour back to Nicholas. Back again now for Mustafoy. Bailey Rule is there. But the ricochet falls to Mustafoy. And he gets the cross in low for Petrados. But away it goes. We're going to have ourselves a corner. But you've got to say, if there's one team pressing on here, looking for this winner, it is definitely the home side. Less than 15 minutes to go now. And it's Petrados with the corner. Yoshida looking to come short. In fact, it looks like it's Yoshida who's going to take this corner. Petrados steps away. Gabriel Tillo just staying close by to make sure they don't have a clever short corner routine here. And that's good defending from Tillo. He's way inside the 10-metre mark there, Tillo. And he's a good 4 metres inside, but looks up for a second. And they do take it quickly. Yoshida, Petrados, there was a move. Petrados floats it into the back post. And it is there. Yoshida drives it in. And it's in there. They've got it. Kobayashi. He's got a second-headed goal. A beautiful short corner routine here that completely bamboozled Sydney United 58. It was Petrados with the cross to the back post. The ball was flicked back into the middle, and Kobayashi is there again. He's got himself a second goal. Spirit, well, they did press on. They did commit men forward. And you have to say, deservingly, they've got themselves a second goal. It's Kobayashi again. 2 headers from Kobayashi. He's not the player you would imagine. '76th minute. They are in the lead. Is the streak about to be broken? There is fierce disagreement. There is fierce disagreement here. Sydney United 58 and their captain, Adrian Vlastelica, is very, very unhappy. It's a very interesting little short corner routine. Gabriel Tillo was nowhere near the required distance. The referee asked him to move back. He looked up to speak to the referee. There's no time to reflect because Mason Wells has got the ball. And he's driven it in, but Chris Marks has saved it. The return to that short corner. Gabriel Tillo was instructed by the referee to move back. He looked up to the referee. He didn't actually move back. They took the short corner quickly. It was Yoshida and Petrados combining. Yoshida got the ball, played it back for Petrados. He played the corner in, well, the short corner in, out to the back post. It was one in the air, played back into the middle, and there was Kobayashi again with a second-headed goal for the night and a second goal for Spirit. And they've come from a goal down in the second half, and they now lead. Yoshida for Takami. Plays it forward. He's there again, that man Rose. And he plays it through for Krislovic. Krislovic, he's pulled back, is he? He's pulled back and it's a penalty. It's a penalty kick. Krislovic, a beautiful ball played inside by Rose. And he is pulled back. They're looking for the red card here. The referee is going to consult with his assistant. But from our vantage point, there was absolutely a tug of the jersey there. Krislovic had done really well. He'd gotten inside. And referee and assistant just consulting to see, you'd imagine there's definitely going to be a card of some description. But what colour would the card be? Off, of course, the Sydney United 58 faithful are saying. And the referee doesn't appear to be giving any type of card, which is a little bit of a surprise, we'd have to say. But Krislovic now is the man stepping forward. 10 minutes to go in this game. Chris Marks suggesting that the ball is not placed correctly on the penalty spot. And so Krislovic picks the ball up again. Great tension and drama here at Christie Park. The home side have barely been in the lead 3 minutes, and Sydney United 58 have come back down the other end. Krislovic versus Marks. Brilliant penalty up into the top right hand corner. Chris Marks has gone the wrong way, but no goalkeeper in the world was going to save that. From our vantage point, up into the top right hand corner, an expertly taken penalty from Krislovic. It is 2-2. Krislovic strokes the ball beautifully into the top corner. Just over 10 minutes to go. We have a little bit of injury time as well, I imagine, for that injury to Brady Smith. So probably 10 minutes to go. And they're coming back again. This game is absolutely helter-skelter. And it's Kobayashi looking to go around Mason Wells. Drops it in for Nizam. Nizam drives it in low. Well, it's just evaded Costa Petrados there. What a game this is now. 2-2. Both teams absolutely pressing for a winner. As the goal went in from that penalty, Sydney United 58 players ran to get the ball to retrieve it. A statement of intent that they want to win this game. Now, Krislovic, the goal scorer, finds Bailey Rule. He's got Tillo in front of him. Tillo charging forward. Rule finds Tillo. Tillo, he's got Mustafoy in front from Tillo. Looks around the outside. Great tackle from Mustafoy. It's a great little battle here. Tillo and Mustafoy. Tillo comes back again. Mustafoy checks back inside for Alawalia. Plays it away for Rose. Rose has been an absolute standout. Little back heel there for Wada. And now it's out for Classic. And the ball is headed away. Bailey Rule felt like he was caught in the back there. But, no free kick given. And Rule, as he's done a number of times, drops it back now for Classic. Classic across for Vlastelica. Vlastelica drives it over to that far side. Coco takes a touch. But, the second touch on the ball just plays it out of play. But, looks like we're going to have some movement on the Sydney United 58 bench. Miro Vlastelica signalling that he wants to make a change. And looks like it might be Farah Coco who's heading off. It is indeed. He's played his part in the terrific goal in the first half, and off he goes. And just a double check there. It's Nick Panagina, by the looks of things, who's come on in the 22 jersey. And so he is on. And so Coco off and Panagina on. Chance now for Spirit. Can they retake the lead? What a game it's been. They went a goal down. They equalised. They went 2 up. Back now to 2-2. Can they make it 3-2? Takami floats the ball in. It's headed away really well. And Tillo was there. Gets a touch, Tillo. Nearly finds Krislovic. Just overran it a fraction to Krislovic. And here's Mustafoy. Steps inside beautifully, Mustafoy. He's got Wada and Tillo there. Bailey Rood also. Beautiful back heel from Petrados. From Mustafoy. Crosses it into the back post. Had a chance. Oh, just away and wide. Just away and wide. A beautiful piece of play down this near side. Costa Petrados. A fantastic little back heel from Mustafoy. The cross floated in. Just the other side of the penalty spot. This time it was Yoshida who rose high. 2-headed goals from Kobayashi. But this time it was Yoshida with the header. Pavlicic, I don't think, had it covered. And just away and wide. We stay at 2-2. It's just over 5 minutes to go. 6 or so minutes to go, plus a bit of injury time. As Rule plays it forward for Wada, controls it beautifully. Nicholas is there. Takes a touch, keeps the ball in play. It's been a high quality game from skills point of view, from excitement point of view, from an intensity point of view. It's not over yet. Yoshida and for Nizam. Kobayashi is there in the middle. And in a ton of space at this far side. Well, he made a fantastic run at Andre Takami. He was in an acre of space and totally unmarked. Kobayashi was there looking for the hat-trick of headers. And, it seems like tactics have somewhat gone out the window here just a little bit. Both teams just charging forward in possession. Looking to get this winning goal. Takami had made a beautiful run, but wasn't able to find him. And now here's Cornwell going around Mason Wells. And then clashing with Pradijina. Again, he's quick on the spot. Danny Horsted. He's been very solid here tonight, Danny Horsted. Decisive in his decision making. And, I think a definite penalty given. But, no card given. It certainly wasn't a red card offence, I don't think. But he's been excellent tonight, the referee. Now they come again to Spirit out on that far side. Alawalia calling for the ball. And he's got Petradas. He's moving all around the field. Petradas looking for action, looking for the ball, looking to get himself involved on the left, on the right, in the middle. And here's Cornwell, and here's Petradas yet again. Finding Alawalia. Alawalia floats the ball in. Bailey Rule is there. Gets the ball away for Tillo. Tillo has a look up. Beautiful turn for Gabriel Tillo. Now he's got space to run into, using all of that pace, but a little bit of a heavy touch from Tillo. And Simon Nicholas does really well. And now Nicholas coming back the other way. Finds Petrados. Petrados. Tillo coming back well to defend. Petrados again. It's real end-to-end stuff here. Mostafoy for Alawalia. Lots of space in the middle of the field for Williams. He drops it off for his captain, Cornwell. Gets it back again, does Williams. And back again for Cornwell. Out for Nizam. Slight miscontrol there, but it's in his favour. Nizam still going. But calmly, Wada just strolling back there. Saw the danger. Strolled into space. Now, ball over the top for Krislovic again. Krislovic, if you can get a touch here. But Cornwell, again, as Dylan Rose has done at the other end, Cornwell using his body to good effect, just shielding the ball out of play. Winning the throw in. And now, Alawalia. Nowhere to go really, Alawalia. Tillo and Wells directly in front of him. So drops it back for Marks. Marks with Krislovic closing. Plays the ball long. Now Yoshida. Yoshida, can he somehow get the better of Vlasic there? If Yoshida had won the aerial duel there, that would have been one of the biggest upsets since David and Goliath. But now Tillo checks back inside, as he does so well, Gabriel Tillo. Onto that left foot. Tillo, can he shape for a shot? Gabriel Tillo drives it in low. And now they're going to come back down the other end here, Spirit. Both sides absolutely determined to win this game. Terrific tackle from Bailey Rule. But, felt like the ball had come back off a yellow jersey there, Bailey Rule. But, a judge should have come off him. And Petrados leaves it for Takami. Looking to just take a breath for a moment with Simon Nicholas. And he finds Petrados again. Working hard, Petrados. Looking for the ball all across the field. Mostafoy leaves it short. Bailey Rule drops it in for Wells. Wells for Tillo. Tillo dinks the ball into the box. Williams takes a touch off the shoulder and then clears it away. Takami is there. He's got time and he gets a touch. But just away from Petrados. As we approach the 90 minutes, has either of these teams got a little bit of magic, a little spark of creativity to get themselves a goal to go into the lead? Wada drops it outside now for Bailey Rule. Bailey Rule. It's got Tillo inside him. Cuts back inside for Wada. Wada dinks the ball in for Bailey Rule. Across the middle. It's still there. And it's in! They've got the goal. It's Krislovic. Krislovic has got the goal. He runs across to the Sydney United 58 supporters. I asked the question, will there be a little bit of skill, a little bit of inventiveness, some creativity, and they've done exactly that, Sydney United 58. And it's Krislovic again. They've come from 2-1 down, and Krislovic with 2 goals, a penalty amongst them. And they are in the lead again. Sydney United 58, 88 minutes on the clock. And it is now 3-2 to the away side. The fans are in full voice over on that far side. Fantastic interplay. And a ball then into the middle. These last few minutes, Tillo and Bailey Rule combining really well. Setting up the chance for Krislovic this time. When he got the assist for the penalty, he was fouled. And so the assist is his for the penalty. And now he has scored. So in the last 10 minutes, an assist and 2 goals for Michael Krislovic. He is the hero of the hour to those Sydney United 58 supporters out on that far side. Now, this game has had everything. Can we get an equaliser to make it 3-3? Here's Yoshida. He checks back inside Yoshida. Drops it around for Mustafoy. Mustafoy looking to go around the outside. Bailey Rule is holding him up. But, the referee has called a free kick against Mustafoy there. And he's on the scene quickly again. Great refereeing. He saw that there was a little bit of a spark between Mustafoy and Bailey Rule. So gets himself across there really well. Johnny Horsted, he's been fantastic tonight. And as we enter the 90th minute, we are into stoppage time. Sydney United 58. It certainly looks like they will maintain their unbeaten record. It looked certainly like that was going to drop. And they got the equaliser, and then they got the go-ahead goal. It's been a terrific encounter here. Pavlicic plays it long for the hero, Krislovic. Can he get a third to make it a hat-trick? Pradijina plays it into his path there. Ball is cleared away. Yoshida, the second time of asking. Gets it forward. Classic is there. And now Tillo takes a lovely touch and checks inside Tillo. Does he win himself a free kick? He doesn't. Well, the ball is deflected now for Yoshida. And he comes forward. He's got Petradas inside him. And he finds Petradas. He's been outstanding tonight. Petradas. Costa Petradas, but the last touch came off him there. A little bit of luck that you need. And we're going to have a couple of substitutions. We get Ben Daru come on there in the 14 jersey for Spirit. And in these last couple of moments, we're going to have a couple of substitutions as well. And it's Wada, by the looks of things, who's coming off. So it's Christian Lardieri in the 47 jersey who's going to come on. And it's Wada who's coming off. And I think it's Michael Vlasic who's gone off. And Anthony Krilic, by the looks of things, who's come on. But we'll confirm those to you in just a moment. Beg your pardon, it's Anthony Tomilic, in fact, who has come on in the number 5 jersey. So Anthony Tomilic is on. And we will confirm who it was that came off. But of course, in no hurry whatsoever down here on this near side, Krislovic and Bailey Rule. So confirming, yes, the number 8, Timoki Wada, came off. Thank you to Keane McKenna. Now Bailey Rule with the throw in here. He's going to take as long as he can. And he drops it in for one of those substitutes. It was Christian Larderi. He gets a touch, but can't quite keep it in play. And in fact, it's Krislovic. We can see Krislovic now heading off. The goal hero is the other person who was substituted off. So Krislovic off and Wada off. And it's Tomilic on and Larderi on. Into time being added on for stoppages now. Can we have a late miracle for Spirit? Cornwell plays it forward. It's headed away. And battling again for the ball. Williams. They're really pressing high here. Pradijina pressing high. And they've nowhere to go here, Spirit. They have to come infield and find Nicholas. And Nicholas has got Mustafoy here. Looks to find him and finds him. Tillo chasing back. Mustafoy cuts back inside. And finds Nizam. But, as he's been throughout the night, Dylan Rose is there, breaking things up, stopping attacks from developing. He's been terrific. The ball now floated in. Yoshida, can he get in the end of it? The one's cleared away well. No free kick. They're going to have one more chance here by the looks of things. The men in yellow. Nicholas finds Yoshida. Yoshida again for Nicholas. Bit of space in front for Nicholas. Drops it out. Mustafoy, he's inside the box. Mustafoy. It's a heavy touch. And Michael Vlasic is there. Heaves the ball away. A glance at the watch from Danny Horsted. Andre Tikami finds his captain. They've just got one choice here. Play the ball forward. And they do. But, flick on there. Well, a lovely little flick on. Yoshida gets a touch, collides with his own player. But, they do have the ball now. And again, they play the ball out over on that far side. And there is the final whistle. A terrific come-from-behind victory here for the league leaders, Sydney United 58. Is there anything they can't do? Close matches with late goals, coming from behind. They're winning them in every different type of way. It was Farakoko who opened the scoring after 50 minutes to give them the lead, and then 2 goals from Kobayashi in the 63rd and the 76th minute put NWS Spirit into the lead. But in an 8-minute spell towards the end of the match, the 80th and the 88th minute, 2 goals from Michael Kristlovich, one of them a penalty, has sealed a fantastic win here. And we'll leave it at Christie Park with the final score, the home side, NWS Spirit 2, the away side, and still the league leaders, Sydney United 58-3. Ches Farrow alongside me. This is David Feeney and Keane McKenna signing off from Christie Park, and we will see you next time at the football.